All right, if you clicked on this video, you probably know a little bit about Tongkat Ali, right? But I'm going to pose this question to you. What if everything that you understand about Tongkat Ali is actually wrong? What if the supplement you're probably taking or ordered from Amazon right now is actually not giving you that higher testosterone? What if it's missing the one compound that actually makes it work? Because today I'm going to expose something that the supplement industry really does not want you to know about Tongkat Ali. And it's not about urecomanone. I'm going to tell you straight up right now. It's about this specific peptide called the 4.3 kilodalton urepeptide. And if your Tongkat Ali doesn't have this peptide, you're literally wasting your money. Like, you're buying Tongkat Ali that just ain't working to its full strength, I'll say. So let me tell you, like, if you're here, if you clicked on this video, I know you're here for one reason. You want more energy, more focus, better mood, and just stronger, like, masculine drive altogether, right? The real testosterone optimization. And like most guys, you probably turned to Tongkat Ali thinking that it was going to give you that edge, right? You maybe heard about it on Joe Rogan. But here's the truth. Most testosterone boosters out there, guys, they don't work. Heck, even if the formula does have Tongkat Ali in there, it's not going to have the right compounds like this peptide. So the reason for that is it's the wrong extraction, wrong sourcing, and no bioavailable peptides. So because of that, this Tongkat Ali stuff is just not going to deliver for you flat out. So let me share a little bit of my background. So let me tell you what my status basically looked like. So I was sleeping 7 to 8 hours every night, and I was still needing to sleep in my car at work on lunch break just to freaking get through the day, right? The fatigue that I had was just way too much, and I just always felt unmotivated and tired. So eventually, I hit a wall and decided to get blood work done. 536 total testosterone is what I came back with. 5.56 free testosterone. And technically, that's normal. But I did research and found it's normal for 65-year-olds. So especially because my free testosterone was so low, the TRT clinic I got blood work at said we could still technically get you in for injections if you wanted. So I was experiencing all of the issues for sure. The low drive, the low energy, and just low output in my entire life. So that was my baseline for 6 to 8 months. It was rough. And I'd tried testosterone boosters in the past, just thinking well, it can help my gym performance. So I tried the Tribulus, I tried this white capsule stuff, but I never measured anything or even felt any difference with that stuff, right? So this is what most people get wrong with Tongkat Ali. So for years, the industry really just focused on one thing, urecomanone. You've probably seen it. And yeah, urecomanone can actually help, reduce aromatase, so you get better estrogen levels. But it's not the main compound in Tongkat Ali for testosterone. Now, if you already know the studies when it comes to Tongkat Ali and how it works, like the proposed mechanism, there's a protein in your body called SHBG. Sex hormone binding globulin is what it stands for. Think of it kind of like a padlock or like a master lock, and it basically binds to your testosterone molecules and locks it away. So think, just like me, you can have normal testosterone and still feel like garbage because you have low free testosterone, which is actually where the rubber meets the road, right? Where your cells can actually use that testosterone. So if that is low, you're experiencing it. So urecomanone is fine, but you're not actually getting the full benefits of Tongkat Ali. So the real active compound is that peptide that I'm talking about, right? It's referred to as the coveted 4.3 kilodalton urepeptide. So this compound is what actually changes things for men. And I've seen this time and time again in the past, 7 years. And for me, it did lower my SHBG, increasing my free testosterone, right? The usable form, the form you actually feel and want circulating in your system, right? This is shown in the studies very frequently. And this is the main reason most people point at, right, for how it helps boost testosterone. But it also supports total testosterone production at the Leydig cells in your testes over time. So with this peptide, you get both the more total testosterone being produced and more free testosterone to be taken up by your androgen receptors. That's the big difference. But this, of course, is the big marketing trap, because what most sources use for Tongkat Ali is called alcohol extraction during processing. Now, why do they use alcohol? Well, it basically dries the herb to help what? Make the processing more quicker. And it actually boosts urecomanone concentration. So with this increase in urecomanone, it looks great to slap on the back of the label, right? It says 10% urecomanone or 20% urecomanone standardized. And it sounds powerful. Like, it sounds like, oh, this is the real powerful stuff. But the problem is this alcohol extraction destroys the peptides. So the one compound that you actually need for testosterone gets wiped out altogether. And the only way to preserve it, just like they did in the studies that show the real impactful benefits, is water extraction and then freeze drying. If you do anything else, or your source does anything else, you're getting an incomplete product and you're not getting the full spectrum of benefits. You're wasting that Tongkat Ali. And that's if you're actually getting your Tongkat Ali from the right place. Because what most people don't realize about this 4.3 peptide is it only comes from specific regions on the globe, namely the Malaysian rainforest. This is the only proven place that they have it. The native Orang Asli tribe knows this distinction all too well. And now, because, it's really the environment that gives the compounds inside the root, right? It's the soil. So if your Tongkat Ali is not sourced correctly, if it's a Chinese knockoff or it's from Indonesia, Vietnam, or Thailand, you're missing the main driver that's going to boost your testosterone. Because remember, the power comes from the soil. That's where these compounds get supplied into the root. So let me just show you what happens when you get this right. Back to my story a little bit. So when I started taking this stuff, over 2 months, I already felt benefits across my entire daily life. So my sleep got deeper. My libido came back super freaking hard. I started having very vivid S3X dreams like within the first week, which I think for most guys is actually a massive signal that your hormones are working and you're producing at night, right? So from there, everything in my life just stacked up. My focus, just reached new heights. My drive, of course, came back, and my intensity amped up in the gym. And one of the things I actually didn't expect or even think that I had that was a problem was actually from the first couple days is I realized my anxiety dropped. So I have a super high stress financial job. And back then I stopped just whining about work problems and just handled them. So while everyone was complaining, I was just executing and moving forward, crushing through my daily workload. And, feelings are one thing. So let me just take you through the actual numbers, right? So I went from 536 to 877 in 6 months. And my free testosterone went from 5.56 to 11. So that crap doubled. And a year later, I got another blood test, of course, and I clocked in at 990 total testosterone and around, I think, 16 free testosterone, I believe. And over the years, I just kept going along with it. And my most recent blood work clocked in at 1,007 total testosterone with 27 free testosterone, unlocked, fully everything. And this is proof that this wasn't just a spike. This was a full system shift, full just override of my entire masculinity. So a lot of people around me noticed as well. I got more muscular, literally leaner at the same time as well. And more importantly, just my presence in life and how I showed up to life changed. Just more dominant, more decisive when it came to everything in life. And I really just felt like I was finally back in control, right? Like finally through the foggy phases. And this wasn't just like a supplement, because I was skeptical, right? But I already had my training dialed in, right? The diet and everything that I set for myself was also super dialed too. So this stuff just unlocked that next level for me. And I think a lot of people out there are trying to add more stuff into their regimen, when really what they need to do is just unlock what's already there. I think that's going to be the biggest needle mover for most people within, 30 days, right? So if your testosterone is bound up, it doesn't matter how high or how much T you produce. You simply won't feel the benefits from it, right? So this is the big takeaway, I think. People need to just stop chasing this hype of uricomone and really just look into understanding the mechanisms of this super powerful herb. Because if your Tongkat Ali is not standardized for uripeptides, if it's alcohol extracted, or if it's simply not sourced properly, if you're getting that crap from China or Indonesia instead of the real Malaysian rainforest, it's basically just incomplete. You're not going to get the full benefits of Tongkat Ali. So that's really it. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So if this hit, if you learned something new, then like the video, throw a subscribe my way, and just drop a comment. If you've ever felt the difference between that total and free. Do you have blood work? Have you ever gotten blood work? You really should, because I think once most people actually feel the benefits from this and see it on paper too, you won't go back, right? You won't be getting your crap from Amazon anymore. So this is what it's all about, getting your test done. I think even if you just give it like 3 months, do your blood work before and after taking, then measure it, see how things take hold and just see how you feel over time. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.